Hey, what's happening today, guys? How we doing? Welcome back to D's DailyD.D. Where we talk about our favorite stocks. I know today was a red market, and it was kind of hard to see, right? So, the value goes up and down, of course, but we have a lot to talk about. So I'm not going to spend too much time on the intro right now. But I do understand these days kind of suck, okay? But we're going to talk about a little bit about AMC, some of the things that are going on behind the scenes that to me doesn't make sense with the share and the share amount and the float and all that. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about Lucid, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about BITFARMS. All right, guys, and maybe we'll touch on looping. Okay, I'm going to try to move along, guys. So let's skip over to the information. And I got the blood red, you see, because man, I know I saw a lot of red today in the market. Okay, so that's just the overall market, doing its cycles. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out this information here, guys. We can go ahead and start with Lucid, all right? So Lucid right now is the volume was 130 million. It's at 47.29 and it was negative 10% for the day. At the peak it was down 17%, guys, all right? So I actually went negative today and positive again, so because of my average, all right? So a lot going on there with Lucid, but the overall EV market kind of took a hit today, right? So we're looking at the chart here, and as we can see, it bounced perfectly off that, and then now it bounced off this regular, or not regular, but this old support line. Okay, so this goes back to the first time it ran up, and it hasn't broken this trend line, right, guys? So I'm still looking at that, and then we can take a look at the order flow real quick. And we got 6.21 orders versus 19.61. We got medium, the 640 versus 673, and then small orders was 589 versus 632. So as you can see, a little more sell orders, right? A little more outflow than inflow. And I want you to pay attention to this real quick, right? All the information for the short interest is there, guys. The institutional holdings, correct? So I want you to pay attention to that. It's going to relate to AMC right now when I get back to when I go to AMC, okay? So not too much on the chart. As you can see, a bull flag here, and then it went up to test. It got rejected again. So we want to see this bounce, okay? We want to see this go this way. And as you can see, this article came out. I'm going to go over. It's really long, guys. So I'm just going to touch on some key points because everything it talks about, we've been talking about it, okay? But here's the title. He helped build Tesla, and now he's gunning for it, okay? So it's talking about Peter Rawlinson and his team, okay? He has a few members on the team that used to work for Tesla, and now they're working with him, right, on this project. And it goes over, next year they plan to release a car that will be 70,000, so down from the 77 it's at right now. And they want to produce 500,000 cars by 2030, guys. That is their goal, okay? So as time goes on, they're going to be able to produce more and more cars, right? Because they're building another facility too, right? They're going to, not the only one in Arizona, but they want to build another one too. So it's talking about how much they've raised and their past and some of their problems along the way, okay? But it's good to focus on the future and the good things because right now they're a growing company and they have really awesome goals, right? And at the end I'll touch on why. So let's scroll down. It's really, really long. I will put the link down there so you guys, but we've gone over a lot of this information, guys. The company said that it has more than 17,000 reservations and was aiming to make 20,000 vehicles next year, okay? So to me, they have too much business and they don't have enough, ways to build the cars fast enough, okay? So to me, that's a good sign in any business, okay? When you have a product and it's outselling and it's going right, it's good. You have a business. And I'm just going to point this out. This quote right here is what I liked. So he's saying luxury cars are just a stepping stone to his ultimate goal, okay? Making battery-powered mobility accessible to everyone. His Lucid is open to selling its technology to companies that can produce millions of vehicles at low cost. I'm not here to sell ultra luxury cars, he said, right? I want to mass produce industrialized electric cars, okay? So that's his end goal, okay? So, I wanted to make sure I spent, some time to go over this because it's packed with information, okay? It's pretty good. It just came out today again, so I'll put that in the link. All right, guys. So next, let's move on and talk about AMC today, right? Something that I noticed is I want to know how many shares are in the float right now, because from what I remember there was like 525 or 520 million. Right now it's saying there's 513 million. All right, and this is what I'm showing you right here, are the institutional buyers, okay? That this is recent, guys. This is like today, you know, the past week. The white positions are positions that are holding, right? And then the green ones are new positions. So they just bought 20,000, right? They just bought 46,000. They just bought 16,000, 53, 40,000. Like, where? We need to know how many shares there really are, guys. That's what I'm saying. And it does help those people that say, oh, you know, the share recount won't help. It has helped in the past. I know that we can't get everybody, but it gives us a range, right? Everybody can kind of do other equations to kind of see what is going on. Look at this. This company's holding 13 million shares, guys. So these are all the buys, guys. Look, they're going crazy with it, right? Okay. And what I want to show you that's really interesting is that, look at this Q3. You know, this is how much they bought, how many shares, and they've sold 33. All right, so they're scooping up the shares. And look at this. We're talking about, it says 25% is owned by institutions, right? This is on Market Beat. Then we go here and we have institutions own 30%. Okay, it doesn't match, right? And then we go to, this is where I want to show you right here, the float that it's saying there is, the free float, right? So it should be 513 right here, 513 million shares. Here we go again, right? So this is saying this is 15%. I did notice this went up. It used to be like 0.58. Now I'm looking at, I see it's doubled, right? And then this one's almost 4% to borrow. The utilization's at 72%. We have about 87 million shares on loan, you know, according to Ortex. Is the data that we have from Ortex. And then what I want to show you, okay, this is actually matching. This claims that it's 18.5% of the free float. And then we got to look at the Stonko tracker. Okay, so there's 29,000, right? It's gone way down. We were in the 40s. Now there's 4.6 million shares available to borrow, to attack us with. So tomorrow, guys, you know, be prepared, guys. They might come at us, right? We might go back to the 30s, all right? Not that I'm bearish. I'm still in it for the squeeze, and I believe the squeeze will happen. But look, this is where I was talking about the potential gamma squeeze. Like, if we would have ran up to 50, you know, 55, man, they would have been in trouble, guys. Like, this is sad to see. This is a lot of money lost right here, guys. You see money lost right there. You know, these are barely, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, we need about 70-80 million volume to start seeing some upside action, in my opinion. And yeah, so there's that. And then what I want to show you here, okay, so the more of these that we can get, guys, look at these. At 44, there's 11,000, guys, right? So that's why they pushed us down yesterday, right? They saw we were going, and then boom, they attacked us, and we're down at this level, $40 level, okay? And so I don't believe these are hedged for. That's where we could see some crazy rips, okay, if we're to run up. And then the CEO, I tweeted this to the CEO. I would kindly like to ask for another share recount. I think it's time for an update. Thank you. Have a good day, sir. AMC, right? Share count. Because that really helps. That numbers, you know, I know there's a lot of fake ones and this and that, you know, allegedly, but it always helps us to have current information, guys. And then I want to quote this again. The lives of these retail investors are about to completely change. Say goodbye to your old world, right? This was from yesterday. I still think this is a great read, okay? If you want to go look at it, I will post the link down below. So look at this, guys. We bounced here, went down. Now we're bouncing back up, okay? What I want to see is come back to this 45 level, you know, to retest this zone, okay? We have a green candle here, so it looks like we will get that bounce. Okay, so it's at 40.30 with about 25 million volume. This is after hours right now, okay, guys. So right here, it's still saying the 513 million. I want to know what the current amount is, right? So I think the last time we had the share recount, you know, was maybe April, I think. And then let me point this out, guys, okay? The order flow, here we go. You know, we had 165 to 207. That's why you see the red, you know. Large orders was 142 to 0. So there was actually large orders being bought today. Again, the institutions. Medium 122 versus 152. Small is 41 versus 55, okay? So there's that. But check this out. I'm going to point this out. Oh, no information, right? What? How come it has the information for all the other ones, right? That's what I want to know, right? Nobody can tell you. Every time you try to do the math and collect the information, it doesn't add up, guys. Okay, so let's go over to BitFarm now and talk about BitFarm real quick. Bitfarm again, it's like kind of in this pennant here. Okay, if we look at the chart, we have one support level. It broke that. You know, it could be a fake. It could come back tomorrow. It is being dragged down by Bitcoin as well, guys. So, you know, always keep that in mind that this moves with Bitcoin. It's at 781 right now after hours. We had about 11 million volume. Okay, so that's average now, I would say, right? So we just don't want to see it come back down over here. I want to see it claim this. If you're bullish, right, I still think it will go up to the $10 area here soon. Okay, as soon as this crypto run comes back, right, and we get this reversal. Yeah, so we had this huge run. I went ahead and fixed these lines. Okay, so this is my projection, right? This is why I like charting. This is why I use charting. I like to see what the trends are saying. The trend is your friend. Okay, guys, remember that always. Here you go, 0, 0, right, on the orders, large and on the buy and the sell, large orders are 0. The medium, we got 13 versus 14, and small, we got 5 versus 6. All right, so again, it was under some selling pressure on most of the market. Watch, I'll go down here, you can see. Now in the after hours, a lot is coming up more green than red, right? But this happens every few weeks, guys. You know, I think this is normal. We'll next give it a couple weeks, right, and we'll be happy with our investments, guys. At least, you know, I think I will. I'm still holding all my positions. And then, you know, the last part, you know, I'm just going to touch on loopring again. Not too much going on, guys. It's sad to see, but it's really struggling right now, right? So if we go by this chart, look at this past week. It lost 25%. That really sucks, guys. I don't know, okay? It's going down. I think it's, you know, there hasn't been any new news. People are like, kind of like, wait, what's going on? Is it going to happen? We're still in this long channel. So you could draw, you know, a pattern right here, and we're holding support here. What we want to see, you know, is this final dip, guys, and we want to see this rip to the upside. Okay, we've seen it multiple times. Okay, it's kind of like similar to here. You see, you would be able to draw a line here. I can't chart on this, right? This is Coinbase. I can't chart, so I'm just going to tell you this is where the same pattern, it ripped up, came down, and then a few moments later, a few days later, boom, it ripped again. Okay, so that's what we want to see here, right? So we want to, okay, we already had our downtrend. Now we want to see this come up to the upside. And in my opinion, you know, I want to see, I think it's a $10 with the technology they have, right? We covered in a couple of episodes ago what they do. You know, I think the NFT marketplace is a great idea. I don't think there is one right now. So that would be the first, right? So in my opinion, whenever they can announce some kind of good news like that, guys, or progress, you know, this thing is going to come back roaring, okay? You know, you have to remember there's a lot of people that bought in super cheap. So they still 5-6 times their money, right? They're still sitting on a lot of profit. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. And yeah, that's all I really got as far as the data. You know, I just wanted to point this out with AMC, guys. Like, you know, the information is not there. I don't understand. And if I go to any other stock, you know, it's right here. Look. Okay. So just something to point out. All right, guys. And thanks for checking in. You know, I hope to see you tomorrow on tomorrow's video as well. We'll keep an eye and see what happens. Hopefully there's a lot of volume. You know, actually the past 2 Fridays have been pretty heavy volume, and you've seen some green. And AMC is actually, from what I remember, it was green last Friday. Okay, so you never know what can happen, guys. This is the stock market. You know, you just have to get the information that you have and present it. Okay, and then I'm just going to show you this screenshot here real quick. What I want to point out, look at this. This was today, right, at 12:37 my time in Phoenix, Arizona. And look at this. This is what the computers do. They just trade the shares back to each other, right? They're just doing 100. Who trades like this? Like, you don't see just random numbers. They're all 200, 200, 100, 100, 300. It's all flat, right? So it's the computers, it's the algorithms that are just trading back and forth to each other. Okay, guys, and that's what's moving the price, because 60 or 70% of the total volume is always traded in the dark pool for AMC. And then the rest, so we're only looking at, in reality, I think like 30% of the information, and then they control the rest of it, like with this. Okay, this is what's funny about it. All right, so thanks for checking in, guys. I hope to see you tomorrow. Okay, have a good night.